You could watch Tropic Thunder, or you could drink Baby Thunder. From Guelph, the only town in Ontario. Sounds like you're puking when you say its name. I actually quite enjoy Guelph. Guelph has a lot of breweries to offer. At this point in the Ontario craft beer scene, I don't think I would say any of the breweries in Guelph are like you need to try. You possibly need to visit Wellington, just because of its history, but the best part about going to Guelph is there is so many breweries all really close together. None of them are bad. Just also none of them are, to me, top tier. Some of them make some a top tier beer or two. These guys made that amazing black lager, and I loved it. And as much as I love the brothers, they make solid beer. They make good beer. They make beer that I can get behind. But they haven't made a lot that I could be like, oh my god, I need this. Like, pop it in my veins now. There's not a lot of that with them. And that's okay. And it's the same for the city in general. There's not a lot of pop it in my veins now, but there are some stalwarts that I would go back to all the time. So if you're around Guelph, go. There's lots of breweries to visit, lots of breweries to try, and you never know what you're going to find. You could find your next most amazing beer with them. So Baby Thunder, which says it's a baby pale ale. However, it is 4.5% alcohol by volume, so I wouldn't really call that a baby pale ale. I do like that there's a baby holding the lightning bolt. I really do like that. Barley, wheat, and oats, brewed and packaged at Brothers Brewing Company, 15 Wyndham Street in North Guelph. That's all we have on here. It's one of 3 or 4 beers from Brothers I was able to get my grubby hands on. So, Brothers will ship to Saskatchewan. I believe it was Ontario, Saskatchewan, Alberta. They had a list of provinces that they would ship to, and it wasn't every province because every province has slightly different alcohol laws. But if you've never had a Brothers beer and you are into craft beer and you're not from Ontario, go ahead and check. They ship via Canada Post, so it isn't horrendous pricing to ship it to you, especially depending on what province you're in, what beer normally costs for you, because Brothers beers are a solid price. They're an acceptable price. They do not, at least the packages I've ever gotten from them, they don't send them signature required. So if you're in a place with porch pirates and all that, maybe ship it somewhere else, like to the post office itself or to your work or wherever you're going to be. They do ship rather quickly, and because they're in Guelph, if you're not in Ontario, it gets out of Ontario rather quickly as well, because it goes basically the day it gets picked up, it goes to a post office, and like the next day it's in Mississauga to get shipped out of Ontario. So it's a pretty fast turnaround from them as well. So again, if you're from another province and you've never had their stuff, you can go check out Brothers Brewing on the intrawebs and maybe find some beers to order from them. They usually have between 6 and 10 styles to go with. They do make a lot of Berliner Weisses and Gozas that are fruit flavored. Just the ones I was able to get from them were the ones I hadn't had, and they had like a blueberry Goza and stuff at the time, and I thought about getting it, but it just, I only really, especially when most of the beer you buy here is in a 4-pack, I didn't need any drinking beer. I just needed beers for the review, because we're running low on beers for the review. So, hazy crazy, but wheat, oats, and barley. Bright white head, looks nice. Tiniest bit of snap crackle pop sent out of the glass. soap, oranges, and pineapple. Out of the can. Soap, oranges, pineapple, and grapefruit. I'm actually very intrigued with how this beer is going to go. For my buddy Dave, I'm making a meniscus right now. There we go. We've made our meniscus. Let's hope it doesn't pop on us. Cheers. That is really good. That is really good. Just like there's some floral notes to it. There's some citrus notes. Orange, pineapple, grapefruit. A little bit of bitterness. It's not as cloying as some pale ales bitterness would be. It doesn't envelop the mouth or anything like that, but there's a bitterness. You know, I think and it's a light-bodied yet full-bodied at the same time. It's weird. It light carbonation, silky smooth, but at the same time, because of the oats and the wheat, it has that heavier mouthfeel. It's a really intriguing beer. I think the only thing this beer needs is to be dialed back either a full percentage or half a percentage to make it a true session hazy pale ale, or a true baby pale ale, as you will. And I could see myself drinking this all the time if that were the case. At this point in time, no, but I have no problem drinking it. I would buy more of these. These are good. Like I said, Brothers has always been able to make solid beer. They've always been able to make beer that is worth buying. They've always been able to make beer that's worth going back for. But I don't think until the Tandem Dark, did they make a beer that I was like, oh my god, I could drink this all the time. And this one, I could drink. Like, I have no problem drinking this. This is an easy drinking pale ale. It really is. Out of 10 on it, 7.25. I quite enjoy this. Cheers. Bye-bye.